like I hit the lotto.
Okay.
Flexing on all these bitches, black shirt, Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
Wherever I'm gonna go, these little hoes gonna follow.
What's up, guys? Back with another video of the Style Beats and Creative Labs, and today we're gonna speak on something's probably my favorite IP of all time, Devil May Cry. Now, well, the Netflix Devil May Cry. And well, I guess I'll be explaining both Devil May Cry the game and Netflix Devil May Cry because I really wanted to explain why Netflix DMC gets so much hate and why it shouldn't get this much hate. So I'll go ahead and start.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
So, Devil May Cry is a action-based role-playing game that let me see what year this came out. 2001. Okay, yeah. Devil May Cry is a 2001 action adventure game developed by and published by Capcom for the PS2. Well, I didn't even know it was. Damn, that's crazy. Even though it's still kind of that's like 25 years ago. That's still relatively new. That's in this era of the 2000 era. I don't know why I thought it was in the 90s, because PS2 came out around that time, so I don't know why. But it is based on a guy named Dante and him defeating demons and basically finding out the truth about his life. But Devil May Cry starts in a weird order because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the proper order is Devil May Cry 3, 1, 2, 4, and 5. And it's like that because 1 and 2 differentiate from 3 to 5, because 1 and 2 is basically there's hack and slash. Now there's devil forms and devil arms just like you get in the other ones, like 1 and 2, like the 1 through 5. But the differentiating part from that differentiates those two from the last 3 is from 3 to 5 there was a thing called style switching, or style implications, because in 1 and 2 Dante was just a nigga with guns, swords, devil form, and devil arms, I guess, when he defeated the devils. In 3 it implemented style changing, which is because Dante will, like I said, 1 and 2 he didn't have this. In 3 it was him going from swordmaster, gunslinger, royal guard, swordmaster, trickster, gunslinger, royal guard. And in the first 2 is not really prevalent because DMC 1 came out in 2001, August 2001. Devil May Cry 2 came out in January 25th, 2003. And Devil May Cry 3 came out throughout 2005. So you can see within a short amount of time, going from 1 to 3 was a big jump in differentiating game styles. Now, it came with a good thing and a bad thing, because the reason why they had to go harder for 3 is because 2 was bad. And now, granted, I never played 1 and 2.
You shut your lying nigga lips up!
Only because I didn't have one. I didn't have a PS2 at that time. Wait. No, I did, but I never got that. I never got Devil May Cry 1. I started with Devil May Cry 3. Story-wise, that was a great place to start. But chronologically, game-wise, I didn't play 1 and 2. I heard 1 was amazing, and looking at the whole walkthrough was amazing. 2 was ass because of, if I'm not mistaken, they overpowered the guns. Because, well, I'm gonna get that later, because that goes into the legacy of 3 and 5. But They overpowered the guns, and basically you ain't had to really go crazy with the weapons. You could just shot them to death, and that killed them by proxy of all the evidence from people's walkthroughs of doing Devil May Cry 2. But when Devil May Cry 3 came out, it was a breath of fresh air because it, like I said, style switching. It went from hack and slash to do combo. And for the people who don't know the lingo, do combo is just like you just doing a random combo and it comes out cool. Now, that would be the format for Devil May Cry 5 because 3 was amazing. When you play 4, I saw literally. I'm gonna put the videos like here, but you guys do not understand. Through 4 and 5 do combo in Devil May Cry is probably the most broken thing ever. I literally saw a nigga use Dante and just like royal guard move hop from one side of the map to like another side of a battlefield and like do the craziest combo ever. Like I said, I'm gonna post it all here. And I think it was based off like game friction because you can use enemies to jump off with and you can like use royal guard to empty out. And now, mind you, some combos in Devil May Cry aren't to hit, it's to like position yourself to do something else. Now that's what made 4 and 5 probably the greatest thing of all time, the combos. But going off of the script, going off the game and getting to the Netflix Devil May Cry season 1, people hated it because it differentiated from the story. If you play Devil May Cry, there's certain characters and certain stuff in each game that aren't in the other games. Like well, let me not stop jumping around. Let me go ahead and start the why they hated Devil May Cry. So the Netflix. So if you watch Devil May Cry season 1, and I'll put a link up here to the link of the podcast episode of me going over it. Actually, matter of fact, yeah, instead of me going over season 1, I'll just leave a link here so you guys can see it and I don't have to go really reviewing again because I already did it. But people didn't. I'm gonna go probably do a quick one too. But if you didn't watch Devil May Cry season 1, people didn't like it because 1, the voice actor for Dante is actually Nero, the son of Virgil, which I don't know if we're gonna see, or if we do, it'll be a whole different person. The enemies were like from every season 1 has niggas from Devil May Cry 4, 5, 3, and 1. Matter of fact, they had every monster that was in the series was in season 1. Well, not all of them. There were certain ones like Echidna from 4, Nero Cavalier from 5. I think the Blob monster from 1 or 2, and who else? Cause the fucking Storm Brothers, the niggas that if you kill, you get the Storm Swords in Devil May Cry 3. I forgot their name, but yeah, it just had like everybody was like really sporadic, and it was going into like the demons are not just demons, they're like hostages. Like there was like, it's basically how like it was a depiction of America. Like, oh man, there's some good devils and bad devils. Not all devils are evil. And I guess I kind of understand what they were going for because they were using, I think I forgot my man's name. I think his name is Ali. Let me not mess that up because niggas gonna think I'm probably racist.
Don't be racist. I am a building.
Is it? Oh, it's not Ali. It's Adi Shankar. Okay, yeah. Adi Shankar had a different vision for it. So, and I could kind of see where he was gonna go for it because he was trying to use like real world, our real world shit that we were going throughout and using the show to do it. Now, People didn't like that because it's a show. It's an IP of niggas killing demons, and to my knowledge, the only demons that are cool were Virgil, Dante, Trish. Everybody else is a monster. To my knowledge. Yes, everybody else is a monster. All the demons are just monsters. Now, granted, you can't just really have a show about niggas just killing demons. It'll just be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But that would have been cool. But that would have been. It wouldn't have a side story to the main story. Now, by that, what I mean is Dante's trying to find Virgil, and the way that the fucking show is going out of order of the story and like messing up certain characters. So like in season 2, Virgil is like working with Mundus and like pledging his allegiance. And if you know Devil May Cry, Mundus is the reason why his mother died. And niggas is like, and I understand, like, you were a kid, you were like, oh man, I saw my mom protect Virgil, and when I was getting killed, she just protected him. Now, as a kid, I can understand that. But as a grown man, Virgil is like, all right, man, your mom, because I watched the whole thing, and I had to before I said this, because it would have been dumb if she didn't do this while they were around. She treated both them boys equally. Now, mind you, I don't know why they did, and this is another thing. They made Virgil, as a kid, inferior to Dante, which in all reality, they were equals. Like, even if you like, even at their, like I said, even at child at birth, they never said they were like, well, no, they did say, I got 1 win over you, but it was never like, I got 10 wins. Like, it was always like, we're neck and neck, or we're one above each other, which probably in turn is probably neck and neck, balls. But yeah, they never made it like Virgil was like athletically inferior, because if you watch their fight, Virgil was working them. And that's another thing too. Virgil love for his mom wasn't there. Like, it was there, but it wasn't like strong. Because in the game, it's really strong. Like, it's like, I love my mom, but she saved my brother instead of me. Like, that nigga was pissed. Now, in the like, I think it was a comic book, because they didn't show it in the game. Virgil killed those monsters instead of him getting kidnapped. So Virgil was already, and like I said, everything in the show that Mundus did for Virgil did himself in the original IP. He didn't need help. He didn't need Mundus. But they had to show a father figure in his life, since Sparta wasn't there at all, and Mundus was trying to feed into that. It was like, hey man, your dad won't there. Your mom's a human, so of course your mom's not gonna be there for you, because she's a human. We're devils. We should be kinship. It should be a kinship, and you could rule with me. Now, that was kind of, that probably pissed a lot of people off when they did that. And for going to Dante and Lady, Dante, now everything that I said about Virgil is a mistake, but it was still good. Dante, I didn't see any problem with Dante. I hear people saying like, oh man, this is not how Dante acts. If we're going by Devil May Cry 3, which I am, since he's still like low key, because it's weird, because if you play 1 and 2, he's serious, but when they switched him up in 3 to make him more comical as a kid, they stick with that in 4 and 5, because Dante's still putting out these weird jokes, even at the age he's at now in 5, like, he's still doing the jokes. So I don't know what's going on or which direction people are mad at, because if this is Devil May Cry 3 Dante, that means he's supposed to be comical. Now, if we go now after this time skip in season 2 at the end, spoiler alert, if they stick with the funny Dante, which I hope they do, and don't change his demeanor, then he'll still be funny, but he might be a little bit more stern in the third season. So people didn't like Dante because he was really funny. He was trying to, and it didn't sound right because it was like it was Nero. Like even I have a problem with it. It's a minute problem, but it's like, bro, like Nero is, bro. The voice actor for Nero is Ichigo, and it's Broly, and he was a Power Ranger twice. Like,
Older brother, actually. I know he can be quite a handful.
And I doubt that she's even come up with a proper ending for the film yet.
Can I ask you to do something?
I've never met her, but I'll fight for her all the same! What is this?
that man, I forgot his name. Let me look it up, because that shit, that's probably the realest. He's up there with Goku when it comes to like voice acting, because that's like, bro, like Johnny Bosch. And if you don't know who Johnny Bosch is, he was the Black Power Ranger in Mighty Morphin. Not the black guy, he was the guy after him. This is like after the Asian girl died and the black girl from Africa took her spot as the as a ranger, and he became the Green Ranger for Turbo. So let me see. He was in Trigun, Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling, Blue Extras. See, I didn't even know he was in Blue Extras. Prince of Tennis, Code Geass. Like, he was in Barbie. See, he's like, bro, like, more, like, bro, like, he's legendary. Like, that's like legendary. Like, his, like, bro, like, that's my only beef, really. Like, I wish we could have gotten, like, because I forgot, I think the voice actor for Dante is either, now, take this with a grain of salt, because I forgot. Either he was manga or he was like something with Trump. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry for putting that on your name, sir. But yeah, I think that was the problem why they didn't have Dante's voice actor. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put it on your jacket. But yeah, man, like, and we couldn't get the voice actor for like, and the voice actor for Virgil, he was a Power Ranger. What's my nigga name? That's another dude that I'm pissed at, because Virgil's voice actor is probably Dan Southworth. Y'all, if you get a chance, just watch him in Power Rangers Time Force or any Devil May Cry 3 or 5 voice acting. Like, it's amazing. Like, his voice acting fits Virgil so much because Virgil thinks he's better than everybody else. Like, if you hear him talk, he sounds like that when he voice acts. I don't think he does that. I don't sound like that person. But when he voice acting, even when he was a fucking Power Ranger, he was Virgil. He was a Power Ranger version of Virgil. Like, y'all understand? I love, if your voice acting is like, if it exceeds expectations, like Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, like all those guys, it just exceeds expectations. You just blow my mind. Pause. And the voice actor for Naruto, like those kind of guys, is like, you're just out of here. Oh, sorry, lady. Sorry, Devil May Cry is I love Devil May Cry, so this is about to be a long tangent. I'm about to get you guys on. Lady, they made her softer. So people in season 1 was mad because Lady was like super aggressive. Like, she was like, man, fuck that shit, man, fuck like, she didn't say fuck these niggas, but she was like, man, fuck these niggas, man, we gonna kill them all, fuck them. But like, and she was like super aggressive. It was to the point where it's like, she was never this. Well, let me take it back. Devil May Cry 3, she was aggressive because she was trying to kill her father. So I can let that slide. In season 2, they soft her. They made her softer. She's still hard, but they softened her up because they made her fall in love with Dante, and they like, I think he fucked her. Which, if you play the game, they hold on, lady ain't never let this nigga that close. Matter of fact, he owes her money so much, I don't even know if she even likes him like that. But yeah, it's like certain stuff in characters that made them different. And I think Argasax was a lot cooler in the game than he was in the show. But like I said, I didn't play 2, so I can't really, I'm just going off the grand populace. And I know people are saying, why are you going off of what people? You should go off your own mind. These people live and breathe Devil May Cry. So if it was a guy off the street who just didn't know that anything about Devil May Cry, he was just going off. But if you know this stuff and like you are like locked in, then I'll take your word for it. Like if Brian said something in One Piece that I didn't know, I would take his word on it, because that nigga loves One Piece, and knowing him, he probably knows a little bit more than me, because he's more locked in than me. We're both locked in at the same rate, but I'm talking about when it comes to One Piece, he was locked in before me, so I will take his word over mine at the early start. So yeah, it was just like a lot of character change that people didn't like, and people just like going off for no reason. Now Adi, I'm gonna call him Adi, I'm not calling him full name. Adi, I would give him this. Even with all the stuff that people didn't like, I still loved it. It was still a good show, and I liked where he was going with it, because unless you watched the old Devil May Cry and kept up with the mangas and the games, you're not going to really know anything about Devil May Cry if you don't do that. And some people aren't going to play the Devil May Cry, a whole game of Devil May Cry, because if you're not into do combo or those kind of games, you're not going to like know it. Now, if it seemed like I went over the pros and cons before, I really didn't. So let's get into that. So for the pros of season 2, it's the action, the characters, the changing of the characters, because I still, even though characters act different, I still liked it, and it's like how it went. They took a mainly do combo game and turned it into a story. Now, mind you, this game already had a story, and it's not like it doesn't have manga, light novels, and other source materials than the game. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, if you just play Devil May Cry, it's number combos. That's a lie. Stop It's a story, and it has multiple medias. But for them to actually make a show other than the one in 2012, I want to say, where it did, I want to say it did Devil May Cry 1 in a bit, because you see, funny enough, what was it? The little girl in the Devil May Cry anime from 2012, she's still in the Devil May Cry series, because I think she turned 18 and called Dante, because like she's been under Dante for years. So there's stuff that they changed that I still like. But going back in the order, the action was really good. Like, I would say this is probably way more action packed than season 1. Now, season 1, it was introduced, it was still action packed, but the fights were a lot better. They amped it up a lot. The Virgil versus Dante fight was amazing. The gore was like, it was there, because when and I'm gonna get to this in the cons. When freaking Virgil shot a gun, it went from, it like splattered a dude and rocks, and I'm like he put his devil energy in it to make it stronger, but it's like, damn, that nigga clapped, like he clapped him. That was insane. Like, how you get clapped like that with a gun, with like a like it was a pistol. It wasn't like an army super gun. It was a pistol. Well, I already went over the characters changing. Well, no, did I go over the changing? No, I didn't. Change the characters. I'm for it if it's good. Now, there are a bunch of medias that change, like movies and other materials that change characters. Like for the Marvel characters, they change a little bit. And if I could take a change in Marvel, I could definitely take a change in Devil May Cry. So I can't be pretentious and be like, oh man, where's my Dante that I love? Be happy. Well, don't be happy that you're just getting slot, but be happy that me personally, I'm happy that we're getting a Devil May Cry series that I feel like it can grow on you. Now, season 2 story is a little lackluster, but it can grow on you. And at the end, funny enough, that's probably one of my cons of, and so I'm going to go ahead and start. So the story in season 2, I'll say is lackluster because they were going for the Devil May Cry 2 villain, and I guess all the stuff that came with Devil May Cry 2, and I guess that's the reason why it like feels lackluster. But I think from what I heard from a group of people that I take their opinion when it comes to Devil May Cry 2 was bad in the gameplay, but story wise it was still good. And I think there's a character missing too. I think the name's Lucia that's supposed to be in there and supposed to make the story makes more sense than what it is. I was there for the Virgil and Dante relationship growth or wherever that was going, because I'm like, okay, Dante. Now, I will say this though, Dante and Virgil working together was a little weird, because they worked together to beat a nigga in Devil May Cry 3 and in Devil May Cry 5, but that was when they actually got along. But Devil May Cry 3 version of Dante and Virgil is a no-go, really, when it comes to working together. Matter of fact, them niggas, the only time, actually, no, I'm lying. They worked together to kill Lady's father, and that was pretty fucking beastly. They actually worked together for that. But the story, I didn't like the mannerisms as much. Dante was cool, but for Virgil and Lady, I was like, Now see, I know I said I don't care about like if niggas change the story or not, but for like Lady, it was like, fucking Dante is just like weird, because Lady she doesn't like Dante in that sense. She just likes him because like he's a cool guy and he basically saved her. But I didn't think they were gonna romantically get him involved. That was just weird to me. And I guess that kind of makes sense, because when they bring Trish in, it's gonna be weird low key if they have like Trish and Lady trying to fight over Dante, because Trish is a clone of their mom, so I'm not trying to have Trish fuck Dante or Virgil. And if that's how Nero's born, that's gonna be nasty weird. I hope that's not the case. So whenever they introduce Trish, I think that's why they doing this, so that Trish won't be like a love factor, because they, like I said, people don't want you fucking their mom, or they don't want you fucking a clone that looks like your mom. That's a better description. Is the changing of a character bad? I want to expand on this, because me personally, it's not a bad thing if it's done right. Now, like I said, me personally, even though I still say these cons about Devil May Cry Season 2, I still liked it. It was still good. It gave me what I wanted. There were certain instances where I'm like, that shouldn't have happened. But like I said, they made it make sense for the story. Because when Virgil got kidnapped by those damn covert ops, they shouldn't even be able to wrap wire around that nigga. If Virgil could kill demons with like ease, now mind you, I think they used Dante's blood in these weapons that they trapped them in, but like, even still, man, like Virgil was top class. Like, he's supposed to be stronger or just as strong or stronger than Dante. So like, I don't know. I just don't see Virgil doing this. Now, seeing the Ouroboros tag did make him go off. I will say that. That was a beautiful go off. Like, I saw Virgil destroy a jet. I ain't never seen him destroy a jet in the fucking game. But like I said, if you do it, you better do it right, or they're gonna be on your ass. Now, this leads into the final part of the video. What is the future for season 3? I don't know, because with the end of this season going by, as of Virgil fighting Mundus, Dante being knocked out, lady finding out her father didn't die, he just became an evil clown working for Mundus. It makes everything weird, and lady just going, yeah, like I said, lady going off to do that. It leads off in a weird place because I don't know, because Virgil already became Neo Angelo, so I don't see, because if in Devil May Cry 3, Virgil fought Mundus, lost, and then became Neo Angelo. It wasn't because in Netflix, Virgil was given a sword, the sword that Sparta made, to Mundus, to Virgil, which I don't know how he got the sword, but he was given that sword and given the cape. But originally he already had the cape and sword from his father. So, and in this one, I think Sparta lost to Mundus, which in the game and book, he beat Mundus. And seeing how strong Mundus is, I don't know how the hell Sparta, you just let a nigga like Sparta be your number 2 and that nigga kill you. I don't know. But nonetheless. Oh, before I go anywhere, this is my final con. They went a different route. Instead of saying Sons of Sparta, they said Sons of Ava. Now I understand why they did that. We were going, this whole entire season has been about our mom, and our mom love both of us equally. I understand that, but Sons of Sparta is too cool to just pass up. Just say Ava. You didn't have to say that, but you could say both. But going back to what I was saying, I don't know, because I think if they do it again, it'll just be mind control Neo Angelo Virgil versus this new Dante, which I can see them doing that. Like Virgil loses this and goes back to be Neo Angelo, but he's end up corrupted Neo Angelo. So if you go by Devil May Cry 1, he was already corrupted. Dante killed him and got sent back to heaven. That still doesn't change the fact that how does Nero get born the son? What's gonna happen with the Jester and Lady? Like the Jester's in the demon world, and Sparta's sword is over here, and the jewels in the human world. So you can only open the dimension with Sparta's sword and the jewels. And since both of them are split apart, I don't know how that's gonna happen. So you're going. Like you didn't see that. So they're gonna have to do a lot to like put this together, because in season 1 opening, you see Red Queen, Red Queen and Blue Rose, Nero's gun and sword. So like obviously they plan on going to Devil May Cry 5 era territory. So it's all up in the air. I don't know. Me personally, I gave this like a 7.5 out of 10. Like if I wasn't being a nitpicky ass bitch, I would have just gave it an 8 straight up. But I just took a point off, half a point off. But I still liked it. I think I forgot cuz name. Adi can make up for this if he goes harder next season. And like I don't know. I feel like he should link up with somebody, with one of the creators of freaking Capcom, like one of the developers, and get like a more in-depth help. Because like I said, if Capcom let this out, they obviously approved it, because they would never make season 2 and they would just cancel it. But I feel like this is season 1 and 2 is a good jumping off point for you to go further. Because like I said, if you do 5 seasons, these next 3 seasons better be the greatest season run that you ever went on, Adi. Because if not, you're gonna be a 5-season man that people talk shit about, that messed up a franchise. Which you're not messing up a franchise, Adi. You're just going a different route. So from me to you, you did a good job. Just probably execute a little bit more thorough. Other than that, I ain't see nothing wrong with it. Thank you guys for listening to the video. All my social medias is down here. Like I said, I'm gonna put the link to season 1 recap over here. But thank you guys for listening. There'll be more videos coming soon. Have a great day. Say la vie. Peace.